Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Aurora 4X. I wanted to get back to it, even though I haven't really gotten that much progress done. Um, work and all that. Uh, because I don't want to leave it alone for too long, right? Because hey, it's Aurora. It's a good game. So at the moment, we are withdrawing from Augusta. Shellwater is en route to our jump point to Lismore. We are, of course, losing contact with ships over here as we move further and further away. But although we don't have that much of interest with our combat fleet, I did want to have an overview look of our um, production levels. So with Earth, we have almost completed our collection of Munin craft, which I have completely forgot what they actually are. Obviously, they're bombers, but yeah. Um, and we also have our three Hugin, I'm guessing light carriers or pod carriers, I think it was, that I was creating. Oh well. But I'm focusing more on industry, I think. So we have a good stockpile, but we are expected to run out of sorium. Luna is, of course, producing sorium, but it's not actually sending it to Earth. How many mass drivers do we have? Two. So we can start sending that to Earth, and we really should be sending that to Earth. I know there's a reason why I'm not sending it to Earth, but I have completely forgotten what it is. So sending it to Earth. Mars as well. Well, it doesn't have any mass drivers at all, but it doesn't have any mines. So, oh well, it's just a money colony. We should get a planetary governor for that. Eh. Sydney Prime. Sydney Prime is nicely stocked up, especially on Macassium and Boronide. It's also got a fair amount of corundium and iridium. So I think it's about time that we harvest Sydney Prime. Um, it might also be worthwhile. What's our annual production? 24. Yeah, I think we actually need more mass drivers here. Yeah, we're gonna need more mass drivers. Let's bring 3 more. How many drivers do we have here? 3. We're gonna need a few more. Make 7. We'll organize 3 more to be shipped out from somewhere. Oh, Sydney Prime has 4. There you go. You can do it. Perfect. Um, so let's organize our freighters who are here. Just the one. Oh, that's a troop transport. That's a tug. That is our salvage craft. Here's our freighters. Yeah, so salvage craft gets added on later, and it looks like it's currently. Oh, okay. So our freighters are already shipping, doing a shipping run from Sydney to Earth. So okay, that's fine. That's fine. Um, cans. We've got a few, a small stockpile. Uh, yeah, roughly a quarter, well, roughly a tenth of what Sydney has. So we'll hit up cans once the freighters are done with Sydney Prime. Newcastle has a reasonable stockpile and a reasonable supply, but horrible accessibility. So great for Sorium, but otherwise kind of meh. So we'll come back to that much later. Canberra Prime as well will be worth exploiting as well at a later date. Solar as well. Lots of Gallicite. So we definitely we keep buying from that. No, we're not buying. We're just producing. So we're getting Gallicite from there, and we're getting Tritanium from UX25. We also have some civilian mines. Now, Schmaus is out of resources, so there's no point buying mineral, so we'll send it to civilian sector. The civilian mines are probably going to get moved eventually, but They can move when they move. Dysnomia, we're buying geranium from, and Halley's Comet, we are also buying a little bit of geranium from. That's almost expired, so we'll be able to stop purchasing the minerals soon. Sydney's Moon, civilian mines, shipping to Sydney Prime, so that's another source of thorium and uranium. Then we have our archaeological digs, listening posts, shit like that. So we do have a bit of, and we also have resource sites within Seoul that we're going to exploit next. So we do have a fair amount of industry in that's providing resources for us. We've got our ships on the way. Um, what do we need? We only need about 3,000 thorium, you know? And then we're covered for these ships. Add-on for maintenance. We got two enterprises and a salamander that are there. Salamander, I believe, is our mine layer. Not a big deal. But yeah, that about covers it. Are we producing fuel? I don't think we're actually not producing fuel. No, we are producing fuel. That'll be why the thorium consumption is a bit higher. So that revamps recaps our production at the moment. So everything seems to be going hunky dory there. So I think it's we're good enough to just continue on with our tactical withdrawal. And if anybody follows us, we're going to drop some missiles in their face. Biggest concern, of course, is that it's still going to take another 6 hours for the invaders to transfer those troops across back inside. And that is going to be an issue because it's going to take us a lot less than 6 hours for Shoalwater to return to the primary fleet. I'm also considering potentially leaving some ships at the jump point from Shoalwater, while specifically the non-damaged ones, while the damaged ones make a run back to base. But I am concerned about what will happen if we do get jumped. And again, they will have jump blindness, so missiles and gunboats should be easy pickings. All right, let's jump up to an hour. Not very eventful time frames so far. Oh, maybe they will get it finished before Shoalwater arrives. They are, of course, traveling a little bit slower because they're waiting for the missile boats. And it looks like a few of the ships are trying to follow us. The Unyaos. Unao and Tupi. So there are a few ships following us. We'll see where they go. Yeah, they'll be done by the time we arrive. Alright, we lost some more ship contacts. And the invaders are complete. So we will return you back home. And then assigned, signed, signed. Yeah. Is wait, where exactly are they landing? Right, Shoalwater CV. Got it. So Shoalwater is moving to the jump point, and I will get them to rejoin um, Shoalwater CV. Yes. No. or get them to eat Shoalwater CV. Tankers are in Lismore already, so they can stay there. Okay, that's the invaders landing. 12-minute increment. Now, the next thing, of course, is that we do have a captured ship, which is this one, the Asmara. That is going to severely slow us down. Let's have a look at her. Asmara, there she is. 61,000 tons. That is well above. That is well above our jump capacity. We do not have the capacity to bring this ship with us, which means that we'll probably be telling her to abandon, to scuttle the ship. And we don't even have the construction module, and I don't really feel like wasting the MSP for it. It even has the MSP for it, which it doesn't. Yeah, the ship isn't worth bringing with us. I think this will be the first time I've ever actually used the abandoned ship command. Hmm. I think there might be missiles coming at us. His last increment was only 12 minutes. But this one's an hour. That's not bad. Alright. Should be reforming again now. We can figure out what exactly we're going to do with our ship. Alright, so... Yeah, so we just do not have the capacity to jump it. Shoalwater. That's a command carrier. It doesn't have jump capability. We want... these guys. So they have 2,500 ton jump capacity. So yeah, Asmara is not coming with us. Yeah, so we're gonna order her to self-destruct. So to do that, we go to damage control. What's our crew? We got 101 casualties, but how much actual crew do we have? About the 77. 113 with the 101 casualties, which means we have about 12 crew on board. Or we have 113 crew because 214 crew for the class. Right, so we have 113 crew on board. Let's go ahead and order the abandoned ship. Let's see how long it takes to actually abandon ship. Remember, we have 113 and we have 93. So a few people didn't make it. That task group really needs to disappear. Might need to delete it manually. But Shoalwater CV doesn't exist either. Yeah. We're going to rescue the survivors there. Then we're going to move to the Lismore jump point. And we're just going to move to the Lismore jump point. Is it going to complain that the task group doesn't exist anymore? Nope. Does the task group exist anymore? Nope. Good. Okay, so we're going to go pick up those life pods. Probably... Oh well, too late. Osprey got it. Do we have anybody left behind? No, we're not shooting anyone. We're just gonna jump straight through. Okay, Lismore jump point. Let's do a standard transit because we have too many ships for a proper transit. We are going to absorb our tankers. Explorer 1, what are you doing? You're in Lismore and you are doing nothing. You know what? Go back to Earth. Got 2 years on the clock. Yeah, go back to Earth. All right. Jump through. Yeah, all those contacts are lost. Nah, no surprise. All right, so we just jumped through to Lismore. There we go. And what we want, so we're here, and Cairns is our jump point. Now we do have the detection range. We're just gonna scoot over to Cairns. We're just gonna move here. This will give us missile and fighter coverage. The arrows have almost not enough range, but that's fine. It's a huge difference anyway. If anybody comes after, if it's a huge range anyway. If anybody comes after us, then we're going to be within range for a while. Oh, was it Explorer? Oh, it's only got a very small sensor. No, it doesn't. He has a big sensor. Right, that's what the Explorer was doing. Get rid of everything and just move to the Cairns jump point. So he's going to sit there, and he is going to watch and make sure that we can, so that we can observe these the jump point in case anybody comes through. Let's skip ahead nicely. Okay, so shallow waters completed orders. So now what we want is we want to figure out who actually took damage. So we have bat, osprey, ostrich, peacock. That is only 2 of our point defense ships. That is not enough for my liking to provide sufficient cover. So I'm sending the entire fleet back home. Okay, all populations head to Earth for refuel, resupply, and stay there for now. Do nothing else. How is that fuel doing? Our fuel's at 52% for Prespa. Where is our other jump ship? Marathon. Marathon is in Cairns. Let's see Cairns. All right, so Marathon's there, heading to Rocky. Shellwater is there. All right, so Marathon is just already on the way to Rockhampton, so Marathon's already pulling back. And we do have a buoy here, so if they do come after us, we'll be able to see them. And we do have that censorship that's there as well. I'm pretty sure we have a buoy on the Lismore jump point too. Oh well, that's fine. Yeah, we got a buoy on the Lismore jump point. Just hop back there. There we go. Yeah, so with the search sensor, if any big ships comes through, if any fighters comes through, we're kind of screwed, but it's fine. All right. I'm going to start making progress towards industry again. Now that we're not running in seconds and minutes. We also have a resolution 1 sensor, so if they shoot missiles at us or bring fighters too close, we'll be able to just jump through and avoid them all anyway. Processing is taking a while. All right, we got some activity. So Schmaus has exhausted and the civilian mining operation is moving. We're aware of that. Civilian scrapping, we don't care about that. New administrator, and communication with Augusta aliens 168 and 170 are making some progress. I think we should probably name these guys. So 168, we're not even bothering talking to. Who did we actually? All right, 168 and 170 are the ones that we are making progress with. So 168, we're going to rename them. The Fuglies. 169, we're going to rename them the Grumpies. There we go. There we go. 170 are the ones that we like. Look like there might be just all three different factions of the same race because they all share the same icon. What should we call them? There we go. 157. Oh, yeah, no, we don't have to worry about them. As long as we can differentiate between them all. Okay, so the Fuglies, the Grumpies, and the Upsets. Cool. I better reopen that. Go. Let's move on. I want to at least get a fleet back to Earth. So we can start their repairs and all that. Just do a 5-day jump. Doesn't look like they're coming through. They might not have very many jump equipped ships. It's only doing multi-hour jumps as well. Okay, so that's a neutral contact. I thought we renamed them. Come on. Take up the rename tag. Going that way. Yeah. Oh well. So we do have some of our air quotes friendly aliens that are moving around. Fuglies +1. No more. No -1 for the friendlies for the upsets. And Osprey is suffering maintenance damage as well because of the amount of crew that are picked up. I'll drop that down in a sec. There you go. How far off from Earth is our fleet? It is 23. It's a month away. Oh, cripes. Aliens can do anything in 2 months. Oh well. We're not gonna get there by the end of this episode, so I'll put a cut. Um, I'll skip ahead slowly. Um, it's probably not going to get too interesting unless the hostile guys come through and decide they want to play along. So there might not be. So the Aurora episodes might not be as frequent as they were back when it was interesting, or more interesting. If you still if you still want to watch the boring stuff, do drop a comment. But at the very minimum, if I make an Aurora video from after this one, if I make an Aurora video, I'm also going to do one of the others that I'm doing as well because I enjoy playing it, but I do enjoy the other games a little bit more than the boring parts of Aurora. Sorry, not sorry, a little bit sorry, a little bit sorry. See you next time.